Hey guys, I'm back with another video today. In my inbox today, I got a comment on my channel page from Carrie241. Hello, and she was wanting to know like what it was like to live in Los Angeles, and she wanted me to do a video about that. So I'm gonna be doing a video, just like a vlog video, talking about like California and things like that. So I wrote down a little bit of subjects on here that I thought I'd go through and talk about. I've lived in I live in Hollywood, and I've lived in Hollywood since 1999, and honestly, I love it. I honestly love it. A lot of people, like when my dad came to see me, and a few years ago, he was scared to come out here, and honestly, it's like I don't see why you would be scared. Hollywood is not a bad area if you know where to go, and you basically, like, if you keep to yourself and just do whatever you got to do and don't pay attention to anybody, then you'll be fine. Because, like, there are people that'll come up and start trying to start a fight with you or whatever. That doesn't happen all the time, but you just ignore them and just walk away. Another thing, it's like you will see a lot of homeless people out here. It is not, like, when I first came out here, I thought it was, like, so glamorous and everything. It's not glamorous. It's really kind of dirty. You see a lot of homeless people, a lot of bums. They're just asking for change and just like acting really, really crazy, and so yeah. But where I live in, like, I don't know, I live like in Party Central, I guess you could say, like where all the clubs are. And so, like, every single night, I hear this boom, 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 boom. Like, every night, I'm not kidding you, from, like, 11:30 at night till 2 in the morning. Because this one club across the street from my house doesn't have the respect to turn the music down. But then I used to, before this club, because they had, like, redid it or something, and there's another club across the street from that. And they, when that club would get out, you would hear all the parking and all the people yelling, but you don't hear any of that anymore. I don't know if the club got closed down or what, but, so yeah, I mean, my neighborhood isn't that bad. I don't have any problems with it. I don't really pay really too much that attention. I just do what I gotta do. The weather out here is really, really, I love the weather. I mean, it really never gets below, like, 50 degrees. If it does, first of all, you're in the mountains, and number two, it usually is at night. Like, during the day, you'll never see it below 55. You just won't. You just really won't. And it's most of the year, it's usually about 60 or above. Now, the hottest I've ever seen it was in 2010, and that was 115. But lately, our summers have been, like, really, like, they've been, like, 85, 90. They haven't really been that hot. And so, basically, in the summer, if it's, like, really, really hot during the summer, and then in the winter, our winter is like January, February, and it rains like all the time. That's what our summer is, because we don't get snow, we get rain. But it hasn't rained for a while. So, but that's because, you know, like I said, our summer hasn't been that bad lately. So yeah, I love, love, love the weather. I made a list of everything that I wanted to talk about in the video, so I'm just like going through everything. It is expensive to live out here. It is, but fortunately, I've only had 2 apartments since I've been out here, and fortunately, I've gotten lucky with the apartments that I live in. My rent is cheap compared to a lot of other people that live out here. So, like, if you get, my friend has a 1-bedroom, and it's like $1,000, but it's like a really good apartment building. It has an elevator, and it has like air conditioning, and I think it has heat. I'm not even for sure. She has a parking garage, but some places like mine, I don't have air conditioning. I don't have heat. But you know, with heat, like I said, you don't have to worry about the heat. I never have to worry about that. I do have to worry about the air conditioning, but anyway, so yeah, I mean, $1,000 she pays. Most of the time, if you're gonna get a 1 bedroom, that's basically where you're gonna pay. If you're wanting like a 2 bedroom, you're looking at 1,200 to 1,400. But so yeah, but the thing is there's a lot of ways to get really like groceries and stuff like that. There are places out here like Food for Less, Fresh and Easy, that you can get your groceries for really good prices. If you're gonna get like your stuff for your house, I recommend places like 99-cent store and Big Lots and stuff like that, and that's where you save a lot of good money. So yeah, it is kind of expensive, but it's not, you know, if you have like a minimum wage job where you make like $10 an hour, I mean, you can live okay in this city, which is like what most people in this city do. So, transportation, that's probably one of the biggest things that I like about this city, is that you don't necessarily have to have a car to get everywhere. I mean, we have public transportation. We have buses that go up and down like the Main Street, Hollywood, and Sunset, and they're only like $1.50. So it's like, why do I need a car? You know, if my job is like, because my jobs are always like really not too far from my house. Like when I worked at the restaurant, I was always like, I could just walk to work 20 minutes. You know, where I'm from in Missouri, you could never do that. You literally had to have a car. But out here, you can just take the train or the bus or whatever. Unless you live in somewhere like West Covina and you live in Hollywood, then it's like, then you have to have a car. But necessarily you don't. And in my building, the 2 buildings that I've lived in, I don't have any parking garage, so that's why I never did get a car. So yeah, transportation isn't that, and it's like I said, it's $1.50 and it runs most of the day, and I've never had any problems on the transportation. Like I've never been mugged, I've never been robbed, I've never been anything. I've always been really fortunate in that area. So yeah. It is out here compared to like where I'm from, because where I'm from is the Midwest and it's very, very conservative back there. Like if I was to dress, like I have a dress in, let's just, for example, I have a red dress in there. It's really gorgeous. And it's appropriate length and everything, but if I was to put like really nice heels and a belt on, I think that honestly, if I was to go back home, everybody would think I was like a streetwalker or hooker or something, because they just don't appreciate fashion back there as much as California does. California just like, they just really appreciate fashion. That's one thing I love about this city. You know, anything goes pretty much. But yeah, it's not conservative. It's very like laid back. But the people, I mean, people are not that friendly in this city. They're really, really not. They kind of keep to themselves. If you really, they're not rude or anything, but sometimes you will get those people that are just like really, really rude, like get out of my way or whatever. But you know, like in the Midwest, those people back there, they're the nicest people in the world. I'll never forget, I went home one time and I was going through Target and I accidentally like almost ran into this lady with a cart, and she's like, I'm sorry, and she's like, oh my god, it's okay, don't worry about it. Back here, the lady would have been like, you need to watch where the hell you're going, but not back there. But that's sometimes how people are. But you know, you just kind of deal with it, you just roll with it. It's not that big of a deal. The LA scene, I know a lot of people are going to be asking me like about the LA scene. I really did not get caught up in the LA scene. When I was going through my whole partying phase, because everybody goes through a partying phase when they're 20, 21, I had like a group of people that I did hang around, and they were not like shady. They were like the best people. They were the nicest people. They were like true friends, and I would go and party with them and hang with them, and it was really, really like some great memories from there. But yeah, I mean, because there are places that are just, you really got to stay away from, because you know, people doing drugs and selling, you know, escorts and all that kind of bad stuff. But yeah, I never got caught up with that kind of stuff. I just really find that kind of stuff a waste of time. But I did go through a period where I went out and I had a good time and went out on Friday night, you know, like most people do. So, I am gonna kind of tell about a couple of things. I used to work for this tour company at the Grauman's Chinese Theater. I used to work there, and so I did get into a few Hollywood parties a few times, and it was a lot of, it was just like any other party, and there wasn't anything spectacular about it. I mean, the good thing is like everything is paid for, so food and drinks and stuff was all paid for, and I did get to meet some people and some famous people and stuff. Like, I got to hug Leonardo DiCaprio, which was awesome. I had to wait all night to do that, but I did get to do that, and he had security around him. But this was like 10 years ago at the beach premiere. But yeah, I mean, it's so much, again, it's just so much fun living out here. I really like it. It's not scary. It's just, I don't know. It's just, there's just something about it that just makes it so much fun. I would not say it's a good place to raise children because a lot of people in this city, they don't have values. Like, so a lot of people in the city are just so fake and shady that they just don't know the meaning of the word being a good human being. So, but, I mean, you're going to come across that no matter wherever you go, but... And then the last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, I mean, we have a lot of cool stores out here that I know that a lot of places don't. Like, we have what's called Amoeba Records, and that is a really cool store. It's only been around out here in Hollywood for 10 years, and it's the best store. If you like a DVD collector or CD collector, whatever, it's the best store to go to because they have pretty much every DVD, and it's for like, you can get them for like really, really cheap. So, so yeah, I mean, we have all kinds of different stores like that, and we have like Fresh and Easy, like I mentioned in my other video, Food for Less, which is a really good store to buy groceries at, Forever 21, which is like my all-time favorite store, but I think a lot of places in the United States have that. So I hope this really like gives you a good idea of like what living in Los Angeles is really like. If you guys have any other questions or you want to ask anything else, I'd be more than happy to talk about it more. But so yeah, that's pretty much what my life is like. It's not as glamorous as everybody thinks it is. I mean, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's not that glamorous, but it is kind of fun and it is kind of different. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and have a good day. Bye.